Sound of the Sky is a Japanese anime television series produced by A-1 Pictures and Aniplex and directed by Mamoru Kanbe. The 12-episode anime aired in Japan on the TV Tokyo Television Network between January 5 and March 22, 2010. The anime was also simulcast on Crunchyroll. Sound of the Sky was the debut project of anime no Chikara. A manga adaptation illustrated by Yagi Shinba began serialization in the January 2010 issue of ASCII Media Works Dengeki Daioh magazine. A visual novel developed by Compile Heart was released on the PlayStation Portable in May 2010. Plot: Sound of the Sky revolves around a young girl named Kanata Sarami who is inspired to join the military after witnessing a rendition of Amazing Grace by a mysterious trumpeter of the Helvetian Army. Becoming a bugler, she is assigned to the 1121st Platoon stationed in the town of Seas in Helvetia, where she is taken into the care of 2nd Lieutenant Felissa Heidemann, M. Sergeant Rio Kazamia and the rest of the 1121st Platoon. The story takes place in a post-apocalyptic world after a Great War regressed humanity's technological capabilities back to early to mid-20th century standards. Characters: Kanata Sarami, voiced by Hisako Kanemoto, inspired by the song of a mysterious military trumpeter. 15-year-old Kanata joins the army as a bugler and is assigned to the 1121st Platoon. Despite being gifted with absolute pitch, Kanata initially lacks musical prowess, but gradually improves as the story progresses. She is portrayed as optimistic and cheerful, yet dedicated to her duties as a soldier and as a member of the platoon. Rio Kazamia, voiced by Ya Kobayashi, Rio is a 17-year-old master sergeant who is also a bugler and trumpeter, and the sole instructor of Kanata in learning military calls and signals. Rio is shown to have a no-nonsense attitude and is stricter in her discipline and the issuance of orders as compared to her commanding officer. Later in the story, she is revealed to be the half-sister of the late Princess Alia, as well as the second heir to the Arcadia family. Due to her strained family history, she joined the 1121st as a means of escape, but later leaves in order to save the peace talks with the Roman Empire and prevent war. She is later promoted to lieutenant upon rejoining the platoon after the war ends. Felissa Heidemann, voiced by Alia Arcadia, the 18-year-old platoon leader of the 1121st with the rank of second lieutenant, Felissa tends to stray away from military convention, preferring to exercise a more casual leadership. Felissa does away with addressing rank with members in the platoon so that everyone is known on a first-name basis. Her kindness and gentle nature is well known by the girls as she acts as a type of mother figure to them. Prior to her commission of the 1121st, Felissa was previously assigned to an active combat tank platoon of which she was the only survivor. She is later promoted to captain. Kurei Suminoya, voiced by Eri Kitamura, a private and the platoon's designated gunner, Kurei is the youngest of the girls in the 1121st at the age of 14. Kurei has a strong respect for military code and obeying orders. Her parents died when she was very young and she only knows of them through stories told by others. Her father was once a respected tank commander, and because of this, she took an immediate liking to Major Claus, having believed him to be the one and only desert wolf. Noel Kanagi, voiced by Oyaki, the platoon's 15-year-old designated pilot and appointed mechanic with the rank of corporal, Noel is often portrayed as sleepy and tired, resulting in her falling asleep when in the company of others or in the middle of something. She spends most of the time repairing the platoon's battle tank, the Takemikazuchi, which is considered a technological relic from the previous age of prosperity. Initially, Noel is unsociable, but slowly breaks out of her mold due to Kanata's friendship. She was purportedly a genius in the Helvetian Academy, earning praise by military officials who used her to help them resurrect a bioweapon technology dubbed the Invisible Reaper. As a result of the terrible devastation and loss of life caused by such weapons, Noel was branded by the Romans with the moniker Witch of Helvetia. Yamina, voiced by Misato Fukun, Yamina is a priestess at the local church who looks after orphan children. She also acts as a nurse when people fall ill and is fluent in the language of the Roman Empire, which in the story is presented as modern-day German. Claus, voiced by Ansha Ishizuka, a commissioned officer holding the rank of Major. Claus is a dispatch rider and close friend of the 1121st. He is mistakenly identified by Kira as the Desert Wolf, or Miracle Claus, a tank commander of the same name and similar appearance who is renowned for his courage and service in the Helvetian army. Due to Kira's admiration and awe for his supposed reputation, Claus finds it difficult to reveal the truth to her. Naomi, voiced by Mayano Yasukawa. Naomi is the owner of a glassware shop who also acts as the front man for some of the 1121st Platoon's dubious activities, including an illegal alcohol distillery. Michio, voiced by Mayuko Takahashi. Michio is an orphan girl under Yamina's care. She is very protective of who braids her hair, since her mother used to do it for her. Seiya, voiced by Mana Harata. Seiya is an orphan boy under Yamina's care. He is hostile towards soldiers, whom he blames for his parents' deaths, although his view of the soldiers at the Clock Tower Fortress improved with the passing of time. Alia Arcadia, voiced by Ryoko Ono, the late first princess of the Archduke of Arcadia and the half-sister of Rio. She died 2 years prior to the story. Alia was the trumpeter of her squad and is known for her renditions of Amazing Grace, which at various times in the past had inspired members of the 1121st Platoon. Ashiya Aldila, voiced by Nami Miyahara. Ashiya is a Roman scout that Kanata and Kira discover unconscious and injured while on patrol. While in their care, the platoon quickly befriends her despite the language barrier and her status as the enemy. Ashiya is revealed to be connected to Noel in the past, having been a survivor of the onslaught caused by the Invisible Reaper. Shuko is a northern white-faced owl that the girls find and decide to keep as embodiment of their mascot. He is thought to have been owned by Princess Alia in the past. Hopkins, voiced by Noa Uchida, a feared colonel of the Helvetian army, also known as the Demon of Vingd. His desire is actually to provoke war from the Roman Empire. He plans to do this by kidnapping and executing Ashiya, but she escapes and is found by the 1121st Platoon, who foil his plans and end the war. Media =manga Before the anime's release, a manga adaptation illustrated by Yagi Shinba was serialized between the January 2010 and June 2011 issues of ASCII Media Works Dengeki Daioh magazine. The story is written by Paradours, who provided the original concept for Sound of the Sky. 2 tankobon volumes were released. Anime Sound of the Sky is the debut project of Anime no Chikara, a joint project of TV Tokyo's anime department and Aniplex, aiming to assemble creators to develop original anime television series. The anime aired in Japan on TV Tokyo between January 5 and March 22, 2010, and it was also simulcast on Crunchyroll. The anime is produced by Aniplex, with animation handled by A-1 Pictures, and directed by Mamoru Kanbe. The screenplay is written by Hiroyuki Yoshino, who based the story on Paradours' original concept. Character design is provided by Toshifumi Akai, who based the designs on Mel Kishida's original concept. Music direction is led by Mikiru Oeshima. The first BD DVD compilation volume containing the first 2 episodes was released in Japan on March 24, 2010, distributed by Aniplex. 2 original video animation episodes were released on the 4th and 7th BD DVD volumes, to be released in Japan on June 23 and September 22, 2010, respectively. At Anime Expo 2010, anime distributor Nozomi Entertainment had announced that they have licensed the series. They released the series in a series box set on July 5, 2011. At AMECOM 2010, European anime distributor Bees Entertainment announced that they have the distribution rights to the series. 2 pieces of theme music are used for the series, 1 opening theme and 1 ending theme. The opening theme is Hikari no Senritsu by Califina, and the single was released on January 20, 2010 by Sony Music. The ending theme is Girls, Be Ambitious by Haruka Tomatsu, and the single was released on January 27, 2010 by Music Rain. The anime's original soundtrack was released on March 24, 2010 by Aniplex. Episodes Visual novel A musical visual novel based on the anime titled Sound of the Sky, made in Quintet, developed by Compile Heart for the PlayStation Portable, was released in limited and regular editions on May 27, 2010. It introduces an original character, Kiriko. References. External links. Official website, Sound of the Sky at TV Tokyo, visual novel official website, Sound of the Sky at Anime News Network's Encyclopedia.